All right, welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. And we're going to take a look at a video. This is a fairly new video. It came out just yesterday on the Law and Crime Network. Let me make sure that's who is on this video. No, this is from Midwest Safety. I'm sorry. This video is from Midwest Safety, and it's kind of the title is kind of funny because it's based on, it says how to instantly get a 5-star wanted level, and this is talking about Grand Theft Auto, this 5-star wanted level. All right, so let's see what this video. Let's start the beginning of it, and we'll pause, and we'll also do like we always do. We'll look up the law based on where this location is. And let's see what we got.
Hey man, real quick, with the new constitutional carry laws in the state, are there any firearms in the vehicle?
It's March 3rd, 2023, and Officer Sprag has his spidey sense through the roof on what should be a routine traffic stop. No one could have expected what would happen over the next 2 hours.
Okay, alright man. One thing real quick, you said there's no container in the back? Okay. So I do see the bottles that was that, Patron? In the back seat. What's up?
That's basically like
Is that what it is? Okay. Alright man, not a big deal. You
I
know,
ain't drunk or none of that.
hey man, I ain't going down that road, okay?
All right, so we need to find out where this location is. I don't think they've said it yet, but we know that there's an open container in the car. All right, so let's see if we can maybe hear where they're at. Now, I'll let you know I have watched this already, and it gets going pretty quickly. So let's see what's going to happen.
But with an open container, I am gonna have you take a step out of the car real quick, alright? Just so we can conduct our business. As long as everything's cool, man, I got no problem. I got no problem just putting the bottles in the trunk and letting you go with a warning, alright? But for right now, I am gonna have you take a step out, especially with this bad weather and people flying down the street. Okay? Again, I know I already asked, no weapons in the car or on your person right now.
Hey.
If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, you can tell me and then we can work through it.
I'm saying no.
Okay. Alright, cool, man.
Hey, can you call Mike up, man? So my tag's good, everything good, my license great. You can run my name and everything, bro.
That's cool, man. But listen, with the open container, that gives me probable cause to
That
search
ain't
your
got nothing to
vehicle.
do with that ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not drunk.
I didn't say you're drunk, but it's you're in possession of an open container of alcohol while operating a motor vehicle. Like I said.
All right, listen closely because he is telling the correct law. If you're in a car and there is an open container of alcohol, that does give a basis of a reasonable suspicion that there is criminal activity afoot. Now, criminal activity is a very broad term. That means everything from a traffic offense to a felony being committed. And while I say those are that's a wide range because traffic offenses are misdemeanors. All right, a felony offense is something you can go to prison for more than 1 year for. Okay, so let's listen closely, and maybe we still haven't found out where this is at, but as soon as we find out, we'll pull up some of the law there in that location.
Not a big deal. It's a misdemeanor, man. So I am gonna have you take a step out.
Alright, well I'll take the ticket though, man. I'll take the ticket though.
Okay, but I need you to understand something, Mr. Whiteside. You still have to get out of the car.
What are you saying, bro? I'm talking to the officer, I'm talking to you at the same time.
Why don't you hang up the phone, man?
No, that's not safe, bro.
Okay. Well, you're safe. Nothing is going to happen to you. But I do need you to cooperate. All right? Now, I've asked you several times now to exit the vehicle. All right? Those have all been requests. I'm now going to order you to get out of the car.
You want to get out the car?
Yeah. You don't have a choice.
What's the protocol, bro?
Like I already told you, man, I have probable cause to search your vehicle. All right? So to do so,
What's the protocol, bro?
Protocols, we're just gonna have to get out of the car. It's okay. Listen, man, we can work through this. I promise you, man. If you're cool with this, and you're gonna be on your way here in about 2 or 3 minutes. I promise you. That's it.
I don't believe that, bro. I think y'all, bro.
so like I already.
Okay, so if a person is ever stopped by the police, okay, it's important to comply with what lawful orders you're being given. All right? So he's asked him already, I'm going to need you to step out of the car. All right? Now, this is all due to the open containers, and then they're going to check his license. And then, like they said, if everything's clean, then you'll be on your way.
I already told you, man. I already said I can work with you for just the open
My
containers.
sister pull up.
No, that's the same
No,
thing.
no, I'm
It's
really
dark
always
out here.
serious
She's
with my
just
life.
for what, dude?
Okay. All right, we heard the gentleman, Mr. Whiteside, has asked if his sister can pull up. Can his sister come to the site where he's being stopped? The officer said no. Now, there's a reason why the officer said no. It's because when you have more people coming to the scene, officer safety becomes an issue because they can't watch what everybody is doing or even why a person is needing to come to the scene. All right, so for their own safety, they're always going to tell you, no, a person cannot come and meet you here where you're being stopped.
For what? Y'all watch the news? Y'all see what's going on in the world?
Dude, listen, we're human beings having a conversation with you.
I've been nothing but respectful to you. You've been respectful to me so far. I appreciate it. But now I need you to cooperate.
Listen, we need you to step out of the car right now.
Oh, y'all is scary.
The fact that you're not cooperating is leading me to start to think that there might be something else that's going on. If there's nothing going
I
on,
don't give a fuck.
well, that's great, man. Then let us conduct our business and we can get you on your way. All right?
Hey, y'all shut the f up, man.
Okay. I don't know how to explain it any clearer.
Can we pull it to a main street?
You're on a main street. We've probably been passed by 100 cars. So here's the deal. All right, Mr. Whiteside, for right now, interlace your fingers, put your hands on top of your head. All right?
Okay? All right. So this is the part where I said they jump into action fairly fast. The officers asked him to lace his fingers on top of his head. He put the car in drive and he began to leave. That's why the officers are scrambling back to their car to jump in so they can give chase. All right, let's see what happens here. I'll tell you the first charge here is going to be fleeing. All right, a fleeing charge is usually a felony charge in my home jurisdiction. We'll see what this where they're at and what that's going to be. Once again, we see this happened back on March the 10th of 2023. So this all happened last year, and this guy's Mr. Whiteside's case is probably over now. And that might be why the camera footage has been released to the public.
Yeah, he had no container in the car. Refused to get out of the car several times. Speeds are 60 going southbound on Brown Street. Traffic light yellow is still westbound on East South Street, approaching Grand.
This is always dangerous when, if you ever are dealing with a police interaction and you fail to follow orders, this is the worst situation a person can be in, is where officers are getting out of their vehicles with guns drawn, okay? Because from there, anything might happen.
What are you guys going that way?
All right, 11. I have a description of that male. He's a black male, thin build, light skin, tattoos on his face. He's wearing a black winter hat. He has some sort of red sweatshirt on, black pants, I believe. When asked about firearms, he was real hesitant to answer. Then as we went to get him out of the car, he refused to do so. So just be advised, he may be armed. There's somebody running over there.
Can't see.
Nope, somebody's running.
For one, we had one man running under the bridge, northbound. He's running this way. He's gonna be somewhere under this bridge or near to it, northbound. He saw him running. You see him?
Let me pause for a second. So you see that there had to be a pursuit by several sets of officers to go find this individual, Mr. Whiteside. All right. Now, he had asked, could he pull to a main street, and they told him this is a main street you're on, and before he drove off and fled. Now he has put himself in a extremely dangerous situation, running under a dark bridge, where anything can happen. Any sudden movement could be taken as you have a weapon, anything of that nature. Now this does not end badly. This doesn't end badly like that. But as a reminder, if you're ever advising someone once you have obtained your legal license, or if you're ever giving just that common sense knowledge to someone, don't run from the police, okay?
Hey, where you last see him at? Hey, car 3 just said he's running up the hill. I don't know what hill.
You see him? That's not him, is it? No. What the hell are they talking about?
I don't know. He ran this way across the street as the person we saw. That's the only thing I told them, and they said he's at a hill.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know what they went, dude. Where are they? No idea. God damn it.
You're needed at Brown and Johnson for it to get due to the shade.
All right, you see they brought out a K9 dog to begin trying to track where this individual is. And just in case you couldn't hear me over the video sound itself, they brought out a K9 police unit to go and find him by scent.
I'm driving down there.
Who needs a breath? Who needs a breath?
Brandon is finally taken into custody, and just as it seems the situation is under control, his family members arrive, making the situation a lot worse.
All right, so as we talked about earlier, when he asked if his family members, if his sister could come to the scene of the crime, and they told him no. All right, you just heard from the narrator of this video that it's going to get worse because now the family members have shown up, and they're going to be acting out. Let's see.
No, absolutely you don't. You have to leave. You're obstructing traffic.
I'm gonna just get tracked to jail.
Absolutely you can.
How is tracked to jail?
Can we know what happened though?
Yeah, he took off from us on a chase. So he's in a cruiser.
At least get his car?
Absolutely not. It's disabled, destroyed. So you guys have to move the car away from the streets. You're not obstructing traffic. And you have to step. No, you have to step off the road. Hey.
Unfortunately, the family's antics are just beginning.
With your feet. got anything else on you? I'll open it quickly.
Hold on, man.
Okay, anytime you see that they're blurring out certain things, I think this is where his laptop screen is in the car. So he's blurring out the information that's coming across the screen because that screen can produce any information you've ever put in on your state, any of your state information. So say, for instance, you went to the Department of Motor Vehicles or whatever they call it in your state, the Department of Finance or whomever. They pull up everything from your address, your social security number, what your most recent photo looks like on your driver's license, any warrants you have outstanding, the last known address for you, telephone numbers, all that information is pulled up on that screen right now.
1 second.
Okay, so he wrecked out the car. It looks like he wrecked the car. I don't know where he wrecked into. But you saw the front end was fairly damaged. Let's go back just 1 second.
1 second.
All right. They say front damage. So you see it right there in the front where the headlight is. He ran into something, a curb or something.
Hey, can I go one more time through this thing?
All right. He asked if he can go through it one more time before he loads up on the truck. This is going to be known as an inventory search. All right, to take inventory of everything that's in the car before it's towed in order to see if there's any contraband to be found or if there's anything else of value that needs to be inventoried before this car is taken into custody. Inventory searches can be performed both on the person and the vehicle a person was traveling in before they were arrested.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Don Julio. Tequila.
Alright. What's that? Alright, stop, man. Come on. I'm gonna read your rights right now, okay? You got the right to. I still gotta read them to you, bro. So just be quiet. What? I mean, why are you saying that, man? They obviously handcuffed you. You're in the back of the cruiser. Stop. Being dramatic now. You're the one that ran. Why are you scared? They asked you to get out. If you would have done that, it would have been way easier. Well, for right now, you're being arrested for definitely obstructing. That I know, but I'm not the initial officer. Well, if you're a good dude, why would you run?
Look at what happened. You ran, we caught you, and you're still fine in the backseat. So.
Okay, let's pause for a second. Let's jump over here, and we're gonna put in obstruction of justice. We don't know where this is at yet, but we're going to say maybe it's Minnesota. We'll see. All right, we'll come back and we'll see exactly where they tell us this is, and we'll pull up exactly that state and get that law. Okay? Let's see.
So apparently you have some kind of misconception.
We know where it's at. That's at City of Akron, so this is the Akron, Ohio. So obstruction of justice in OH. We'll also look up fleeing. All right, so we know that in Ohio, obstruction of justice is defined under Ohio Revised Code, section 2921.32. It says this statute makes it illegal to engage in behaviors that hinder the discovery, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or punishment of another for a crime. Specific actions that constitute obstruction of justice include harboring or concealing the person, providing the person with money, transportation, a weapon, a disguise, or other means to avoid discovery or apprehension, warning the person of impeding discovery or apprehension, destroying or concealing physical evidence of a crime, inducing another to withhold testimony or avoid legal process, communicating false information to any person, or preventing or obstructing any person by force, intimidation, or deception from performing any act to aid in the discovery, apprehension, or prosecution of the person. All right, it says the penalties for obstruction of justice in Ohio vary depending on the severity of the crime the person aided. It says if the crime committed by the person aided is a misdemeanor, obstruction of justice is also a misdemeanor. So that means that it goes exactly with the crime. If it's a felony, the underlying crime, and you obstructed justice, then you'll receive the felony version of this. All right, it says depending on the seriousness of the crime, if you have aggravated murder, or acts of terrorism, the charge can be elevated to a felony of the 3rd degree or higher. All right, let's look and see levels of felony in Ohio, and then we'll look up fleeing next before we finish up the video. All right, so there's 5 degrees of felonies in Ohio. We see the 5th is it carries anything from 6 to 12 months in prison, a fine of up to $2,500. A 4th degree is anything from 6 to 18 months in prison, up to $5,000 fine. 3rd degree, 9 to 36 months in prison, and up to $10,000. All right. In my home jurisdiction, this 3rd degree felony is where our Class D felonies start, and they run from anything more than 1 year up to 6 years in prison, a fine of up to $10,000. That's my home jurisdiction, not Ohio. Okay. In Ohio, the 2nd degree felony is anything from 2 to 8 years in prison, fine of up to $15,000. 1st degree felony is 3 to 11 years in prison, with a fine of up to $20,000. Let's see. All right, it says Ohio also has those unclassified felonies for murder and aggravated murder, and those have some specific mandatory sentences, and they can be result in life imprisonment without parole or the death penalty. All right, let's look at fleeing in Ohio. All right, fleeing or eluding. Fleeing and eluding. Let's see. The definition. Fleeing and eluding occurs when a person operates a motor vehicle to willfully elude or flee a police officer after receiving a visible and audible signal to stop. All right. It says that it can be a 1st degree misdemeanor with a penalty up to half of a year in jail and fine up to $1,000. License suspension for a mandatory term of 6 months up to 3 years. It could be a 4th degree felony, or it could be a 3rd degree felony. All right, we'll have to look and see what they're going to charge him with. Let's come back over and we got 6 minutes left. Let's see what the last 6 minutes bring.
Feel like you're dying? Why do you feel like you're dying? Tell us what happened?
Hey. Is you okay? Did they jump on you?
I think they gonna do something to me, bro.
Would you Brandon, stop? Brandon, knock it off. Brandon, knock it off.
He's under arrest. That's all you need to know, okay? He ran from the police. He ran from the police. What are you, an attorney?
I want to know what's going on. I just want to know.
I don't want to arrest you with respect. I rolled you down here. I was polite, professional.
All right, once again, and you all will hear me say this time and time again, the street is not the proper place to argue your case. Ever. No one ever wins a case based on their arguments in the street. You fight the case in court. You don't fight it on the street.
I'm not going in the car.
Please, I'm begging
Where
you.
you want me to go? Right there. I can stay right here.
No.
Let's go. Why do we gotta
Clear the scene. I'm not worrying about you behind your back. The officers have to do their job safely. You're watch them up there.
All right, so you heard him say the officers have to do their job safely. All right, we talked earlier about this. There is an issue of officer safety when people come to the scene because the officers do not know those people or what their agenda is for coming out there. Being a police officer can be a dangerous job.
I'm not trying to help you.
You're obstructing official business. How? Please just go to my wife and safe distance. How?
This is safe.
No, please.
So what is this safe? This is right up there. This is safe. You're making it unsafe by following me. You're making it unsafe. Look, don't touch me. Why are you trying to touch me?
Right here. We right here.
You're making it unsafe. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I want to make sure I'm
Okay, did I tell you he was okay 6 times?
But why is that ambulance
He's
here?
okay.
Why is that ambulance? Okay, you didn't say that. You didn't say, no, you didn't. You walked away. I tried to talk to another officer. You said you couldn't talk to me. And you got it on camera, right? And you got it on camera, right? You're supposed to protect yourself. Alright. Well, look, at this point, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm on public property.
Okay, well you have, because you gotta listen to what I tell you.
No, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my brother.
You can't figure out how you're talking and yelling at me. If you want to understand, you gotta listen.
You're making it unsafe. You're getting closer to me. You're getting closer to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Exactly.
Hey, officers. All right, guys, let's go. What did you say?
He's worried that you're gonna do something to him. Try to explain. He's cuffed in the back of the car. He's safe.
This is childish, man.
I know what's gonna happen. Things get stupid or silly when you're running. It gets scary. You can't make a movement. They don't see something like that. You can't do that right now, man. You're good.
Why are you just coming closer, man? Because you keep walking this way.
I'm walking back to
You were told to stay in front of the ambulance, weren't you?
I'm not staying nowhere over here. I'm walking this way. I'm walking back towards my car, man. I'm going this way.
Stay on the
I
side.
ain't walking my face and shit, doing all that.
Because you were told several times to stay up there.
I just want to say one thing. If I have to tell you one more time, you're going to be placed under arrest.
What?
If you come back on the scene one more time, you're going to be placed under arrest. Keep walking.
I'm not interfering.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not interfering.
Keep going.
How am I interfering? You don't have to walk this far. You're doing something because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my brother. I'm trying to figure out why he's on arrest. And I'm trying to make sure he's okay. I told you he's okay. No, I'm not listening to you. Every time I try to see.
Okay, so you stay
You're not supposed to use my way.
There's no need to use profanity.
Why are you still following me, though? I'm nowhere near you guys. Why y'all messing with me, man? You gonna get it? Why y'all? I'm nowhere near you guys.
Okay, a $300 hoodie. All right, let's pause it here. This is a funny aside that the Midwest Safety put in here, but let's talk about for a minute complying with police orders. Now, with all that police action out there and those lights going, everyone who is not either a part of the police department or those other emergency responders needs to stay back. All right, so the officers are not going to be seen as doing something wrong when they clear that portion of the sidewalk that gives direct access to them. They are going to make everyone stay away. Okay, so they're not doing anything out of the ordinary here in this situation.
Why y'all messing with me, man? You gonna get it?
Did you try to move this?
Yeah, I tried to move it. It won't start.
Oh, it's not starting. It's just not able to turn on. Okay. Do you guys have like AAA or anything like that?
You got AAA?
We can tow it for you, but if you your airbags went off?
Yeah, the side airbags. That's what I'm saying.
All right. No, you're good, man. You're good.
Is he gonna have to pay for this though?
I mean, yeah, I assume. Our traffic unit will explain this to you when he gets out here. He's on his way out here right now. Hey, do you have...
I got license.
No, you're good with that, man. I'm not worried about that. His airbag's went off, so he can't drive it anyways. Do you have... Okay, we're gonna have to tow it, okay? Alright, I'll let you know once we figure out the tow, I'll let you know where it's going, okay? Where does your mom live at?
Mom lives in Cleveland.
She lives in Cleveland?
Okay, so you see that one of the people that he hit while he was trying to run away from the police was another citizen. He hit this car and caused the airbags to deploy, the side airbags. And as the officer said, once your airbag deploys, you can't drive your car, okay? It's unsafe. It's an unsafe condition at that point forward. And let's actually look it up, okay? Driving a car in OH with airbag deployed. Okay. Once again, we're using we're just searching. We're just searching. This is Search GPT, but we can use Google or anything else to find these answers. All right. Driving a car in Ohio with a deployed airbag. All right. So they have legal and safety risk. All right. In Ohio, it's not illegal to drive a car with deployed airbags. However, it's generally discouraged due to safety concerns. Driving with deployed airbags can pose significant risks to both driver and passengers in the event of another collision. So basically, once the bags have been deployed once, they can't redeploy themselves because they haven't been reset. All right. So everybody's jurisdiction is going to be different. Everyone's laws are going to be different. And Ohio is not against the law to drive with the airbags out. In some places, it's going to be against the law, okay? That will be a ticket-worthy offense. Safety risks, all right? It says reduced protection, impaired visibility, and potential for further damage. Best practices: check for injuries after an accident, ensure that no one's injured. If there are injuries, call 911 immediately, turn off the vehicle, document the incident, contact your insurance, and seek professional assistance. Airbag replacement. Deployed airbags must be replaced with new ones. All right, we see what the cost could be: $1,000 to $5,000 insurance coverage. All right, the conclusion, the basis of this, why we even search for this, is it's not illegal to drive a car with deployed airbags in Ohio. Once again, in Ohio. Might be different somewhere else, but it's not advisable due to the increased safety risks. All right, let's go back over here and see what's going on.
Where are you going?
I was dashing, bro.
Oh, you're door dashing? Can I get your license from you real quick? Hey, are you good, man?
I'm good. I'm just worried about my mom.
It'll be... They already know who hit it, so...
I don't know what to do, bro. Like, I literally just went through the same situation, bro, but somebody hit. Like, I got in an accident.
Close the door here. Step out of the way.
Yeah, we don't want you getting hit again.
Hey, you can close that real fast. Hey, Brandon. What's up, dude? You remember us, right? Don't even what? That was pretty stupid. I ain't doing nothing to you, man. That's why I'm over here. I'm giving you space. Is that fair? Alright, well listen, man. My name's Officer Phillips. You already met my partner, Officer Sprag. We're the ones that stopped you. Alright? So listen, dude. You made that so much worse for you than it needed to be. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, man to man.
I'm not too sure, bro.
It's so bad. It doesn't give you the right to endanger other people's lives. Is that fair? Because that was stupid. I think my partner heard you. You're right. You understand them, correct? You wish to speak with us at this time? You wish to speak? It's a yes or no question. Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Personally, bro.
About what happened tonight?
I thought y'all was gonna kill me. I still feel that way.
Okay, well you're in handcuffs right now. Nobody's gonna kill you.
How many people died in the hands of y'all?
Alright, have a good night.
Brandon was charged with failure to comply,
All right, here go all the things he was charged with: failure to comply with order of signal, police officer, obstructing official business, possession of drugs, open container, liquor, and let's see what they
Obstruction,
classify it to.
possession of marijuana, and possession of an open container of liquor while operating a vehicle. He is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Okay, well, that's the end of that one. So let's look and see what the possession of marijuana, Ohio. All right, legal status as of 2024, it says that recreational marijuana is legal in Ohio for adults aged 21 and older. All right, so that incident was from March of 2023, so it's from last year. They changed the law in November of last year. Let me see. So what we will do is let's look at what the law was. Okay, the legal status at that point in time, it says in March of 2023, marijuana was not yet legal for recreational use in Ohio. However, there were significant developments leading up to the legalization later in the year. It says issue 2, that's their cannabis law in Ohio before recreational. What was it clarified? Looks like they won't give us what we're looking for. We're trying to figure out what the, okay, it might be this part here. The initiative allow adults to possess up to 2.5 ounces of cannabis and 15 grams of cannabis concentrate. It also permitted the home cultivation of up to 6 plants per person with a maximum of 12 plants per household. Okay. And that's issue 2 from them. Let's go back and let's see what the other charges were. I saw a failure.
While operating a vehicle.
All right, let's look up this one. 2921331B. Ohio. Let me see. 2921. 292133. All right, that's the one we looked at before, the fleeing and eluding. All right, it says B addresses the offense of fleeing and eluding, also known as failure to comply with an order or signal of a police officer. It says it's a misdemeanor in the first degree. Let's look at the other, obstructing official business, 292131s. 293121. Did I do that one right? 292131. All right, I did it wrong. I typed it in wrong. So it's 292131. All right, obstructing official business. It says the definition is illegal to prevent, obstruct, or delay the performance of a public official's duties. This includes any act to hamper or impede a public official in their lawful duties. The penalty is up to 90 days in jail, a fine of up to $750. So this is a misdemeanor second degree. It can also be a felony fifth degree. If the offense creates a risk of physical harm to any person, the penalty can be up to 6 to 12 months in prison, fine of up to $2,500. The intent, it looks like they look at the intent. The person must have the purpose to prevent, obstruct, or delay the public official's duties. All right, that's all All right, here's the law 292511C3. 292511C3. All right, possession of a controlled substance. All right, it was a minor misdemeanor for possession up to 100 grams of marijuana. It's a minor misdemeanor, punishable of a fine up to 150. Misdemeanor in the 4th degree for possession of 100 to 200 grams, and that's up to 30 days in jail. A fine of up to 250, so on and so forth. All right, you can look these up right here, and that's the marijuana laws in Ohio. Let's look up the 430162B4. 43. All right, open container law. All right, it's prohibited to possess an open container of beer or intoxicating liquor in certain circumstances. Prohibition, or it's illegal to have an open container in the following circumstances: in an agency store, on the premises of the holder of any permit issued by the Division of Liquor Control, in any other public place, while operating or being a passenger in or on a motor vehicle on any street, highway, or other public or private property open to the public for purposes of vehicular travel or parking. And while being in or on a stationary motor vehicle on any street, highway, or other public or private property open to the public for the purpose of vehicular travel or parking. All right, so allowed in certain situations. All right, so a bar, this is a bar. Certain permit levels. Convention facility. All right, during tastings and samplings also. Okay. All right, so we went over what the different charges were he had against him. Apparently his case is not over yet, so that's why they mentioned at the end he's innocent until proven guilty. That's across the United States. Everyone who has to go through the criminal process is always deemed to be innocent until proven guilty by the state. All right, so it's the state's burden of proving a person guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And we'll talk about those more in other videos, and we'll talk about the standards and the burden of proof for different sides when you're talking about different types of litigation. All right, so with that, once again, I am Professor Ross. And this was Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you enjoyed the video.